All right. So you know me, I'm just going to jump right in. I want to say thank you to all of you for being here today, especially on such short notice. You know, I was born and raised in this community, and I have had the honor to serve as your mayor for the last 12 years. Many of you know that I often get up here and talk about city initiatives and great news. And sometimes I have the unfortunate job of standing up here and giving you the truth, and even whenever it's incredibly hard. So today, that's why I'm here. And I just wanted to call this press conference because today, the city of Reno recently received allegations of potential violations of city policy involving the Reno police chief and members of the Reno Police Department. When those concerns were raised, we acted immediately. This matter was referred to an outside authority for an independent investigation. That decision was made without hesitation, and it was the right one. The allegations involve internal administrative and compliance matters within the department. They are now being reviewed by the state. So effective immediately, the Reno police chief and the officers involved have been placed on administrative leave. This process will be fair, it will be independent, and it will go wherever the facts lead. Now listen, I understand this raises questions, but that's why I am addressing it head on. I also want to be clear that we have hundreds of men and women that show up every single day to the Reno Police Department and work for us. So I want to acknowledge them, that this moment does not define them. I see them and I support them in absolute. So now, to ensure continuity, we have secured the partnership with the Washoe County Sheriff's Department. Many of you know I have had the honor to work alongside Sheriff Balin for over a decade. We all work very, very well together. We have immense cooperation across the region, and I am grateful for his support. So during that time, we are going to be in great hands with Sheriff Balin. Now listen, you have my word. This investigation will be handled with fairness, integrity, and accountability. Honesty and integrity aren't just words. They are a commitment to Reno that should never be broken by any public safety department. So at this time, I am going to call up Jackie Bryant. She's our city manager. She runs our daily operations, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Jack, I'm going to move this mic stand.
Excuse me, no problem. Can everyone hear me all right? Before walking through the steps the city has taken regarding this matter, I want to begin by emphasizing the principles that have been guiding our actions in this situation. First and foremost, public safety remains our top priority. The residents, visitors, and businesses in Reno should know that the Reno Police Department continues operating and serving the community. Second, we are committed to protecting the integrity of the independent administrative investigation. Third, everyone involved is entitled to due process. This includes the individuals who reported the alleged violations and those accused of wrongdoing. And finally, the city is committed to transparency. We will share information when it is legally appropriate to do so. With those principles guiding our actions, I'd like to share with you the overview of the steps we have taken today. The city of Reno received allegations of potential misconduct and violations of city policy involving the Reno police chief and 5 other members of the Reno Police Department. The city requested the Nevada Department of Public Safety conduct an independent administrative investigation. The employees involved have all been placed on paid administrative leave. Administrative leave is a step during the investigation process like this and should not be interpreted as a conclusion of guilt, nor should it be interpreted as a belief in guilt. Rather, it is a measure to protect the due process rights of all individuals and the integrity of the investigation. To ensure continuity of leadership within the department during this time, the City of Reno has entered into an ILA, interlocal agreement, with the Washoe County Sheriff for temporary staffing support. This will take place this afternoon. Under this agreement, the Sheriff's Office will provide personnel to assist in executive leadership roles during the investigation. The City Manager, I, retain executive oversight, and the Reno Police Department continues to operate under the policies and procedures in place today. The Reno Police Department is made up of hundreds of good men and women who remain in place and will continue the daily service that they bring. There will continue to be traffic stops. There will continue to be patrol calls. There will continue to be investigations by our detectives. While there are limits to what we can share during an active personnel investigation, the city remains committed to transparency and will share information when it is legally permitted to do so. With that, the mayor and I are available for questions.
Jackie, when did the complaint come in? When did the city learn about the complaint?
I cannot discuss any of the timelines because it is an issue in the investigation.
And the 5 officers, is that the entire command staff?
I can't discuss who it is other than Chief Nance,
But 5 other officers?
but 5 other officers, correct.
Can you tell us the ranks of those officers?
I cannot at this time because we are in the middle of an independent personnel investigation. We are trying to balance the needs of the investigator, the needs of the city, reduce city liability, and protect to the extent possible the individuals involved. I can also say there's a lot of rumors. Some of you may already know, but there's a difference between what you know and what I as an employer can share at this time.
Can you give the public some idea of what the allegations are?
I cannot, other than what the mayor said, which is violations of city policy.
How long do you expect this next phase to take to play out, the investigation and the sheriff's office involvement?
Well, the Department of Public Safety has a job to do, and they will do it in accordance with the timelines that they see fit. Where I'm not interfering, I am not discussing it, I am not involved in any way, nor is anyone else at the City of Reno. So that will take as long as it takes to get the job done. With respect to the sheriff, the needs are certainly immediate. I don't know how long we will be in place. It's kind of a fluid situation that we will be reviewing on a day-by-day basis.
How is the city of Reno, the police department, how are they still conducting without the chief involved?
The rank and file of the police department know what to do on a daily basis. We will be getting in their superiors later this afternoon, and they will get their assignments and to whom that they should report. But they have their assignments today, and they're out doing that work. It does not stop because of this situation.
For a situation like this where another agency comes in and assists during an investigation?
It does happen, and in fact, the City of Reno partners routinely with Washoe County and Sparks City Police. We often have regional partnerships and sharing of resources. That is quite normal. What is not normal is the executive staff, the chief of police being someone that we need to put in place, an acting chief of police. So that is something that I'm not familiar with, and we certainly haven't done that before in this region that I'm aware of.
With the command staff out, public-facing operations won't change, but for the officers within the department, thinking of promotions, reviews, et cetera, if this drags out, how is that going to impact them?
That's correct. So the sheriff and I have spoken, and we are on the exact same page that operations are to continue as normal. This is not a coup. This is not me ceding authority to anyone. I am still responsible for the Reno Police Department as the city manager, and the person that we put in place as the acting city manager will have dual reporting because he's an employee of Washoe County, but he will also be acting city chief of police for me.
Perhaps I wasn't clear enough. I was asking more how it impacts the individual officers as far as promotions, trainings, that sort of stuff.
That will not change. If people are scheduled to go on vacation, they need to go on vacation. If they're scheduled for trainings, we're going to get the right staff in to help support that. Policies and procedures in place today are going to remain in place.
Oftentimes, the chief of police is usually the final approval for a lot of things. Who's going to be taking that over?
The acting chief of police, and I will be coordinating that as well.
What's Sheriff Bailiff's role right now, today?
Right now, today, the role is for continuity of operations. We want the men and women of the police department to understand that they are continuing to do their great work, that we will give them the support that they need, and that is their job. I'm gonna execute an ILA with him, and we will move forward.
Is Balaam in charge today to appoint
No.
acting chief? No.
No,
Okay.
And when will we know who the acting chief is?
later this afternoon, and I want to make sure that I've answered your question clearly. Sheriff Balaam is not going to be the acting chief of police, if that's what you were
Is he
implying.
until you name one, the overseeing the top public safety officials?
We will have that ready to go by 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And Chief Nance was put on admin leave effective at noon.
So who's overseeing right now?
Me,
You expect the investigation to take?
I have no idea.
And you talked a little bit about, you couldn't say how it was reported. Was it reported by an outside agency or from somebody within the city?
I cannot say. Again, we need to protect the due process rights of all involved, and by disclosing that, I might jeopardize theirs.
What would be your message for the community? We had Tom Robinson happen not too long ago, this situation. A lot of people will have concerns, maybe lose trust. What's your message to those people?
My message is that the police department will continue to provide the public safety services that they were provided yesterday. They will provide those same services tomorrow. Yes, it is unsettling. We will be okay. We will get through it. If anyone has any concerns, they can reach out to the mayor or me directly.
Has the city ever experienced this many top officials on administrative leave?
Not that I'm aware of.
We have sources at News 4 telling us that these violations have gone back maybe 20 years. Can you comment on the time frame of that?
I cannot. That will all be a part of the investigation. I do not want to in any way interfere with that investigation, again, or impede the due process rights of all involved.
Is Nance on leave because of her involvement in what went wrong, or because of what may have happened with the officers or the people, you said the 5 people below her?
I can't answer that question without impeding her due process rights.
What was the reaction from the Reno Police Department and the chief when she was told she's on leave?
Well, everybody is obviously upset. This is not a great day for anyone. It was an extremely difficult thing to do, and it is an exceedingly difficult thing to hear. So certainly, there are fears, there are concerns. It's upsetting, to say the least.
And will you guys name the acting chief, or is Balaam looking to name a chief?
I've executed an interlocal agreement with Sheriff Balaam to provide executive leadership. I will be a part of the decision as to who that is. Certainly, he needs to be able to do that within the confines of the services that he still needs to provide. So we've been talking through that over the last 72 hours, and we will have a plan that we are jointly in agreement with.
Does council have to approve that decision, or is that final?
They do not.
Will the acting chief come from within RPD, or will they be appointed from an outside agency?
It will come from Washoe County Sheriff's Office.
I just want
Jaden?
Jaden, nice to meet you. I see you on Instagram, but I wanted to address your concerns because I absolutely understand how it can fracture the trust of the community. And again, I want to reiterate, there are hundreds of men and women that show up in our police department every single day and protect us and serve. And I have had the honor to work alongside many of them, and they are very, very dedicated. And unfortunately, sometimes we live in a world when information seems to be the most jarring. That's the stories we tell. I get the honor to tell stories and see their work firsthand, like whenever they're out there shoveling or snow and saving people's animals and arresting people for drunk driving, things that keep our community safe. So I just want to reiterate that we have a very, very skilled department, and they will not miss a beat. And so I just want to reiterate that for public trust.
How hard was it for you to come to this decision today to do what you did? Either the mayor or you?
I take full responsibility for the decision as a city manager, and it was excruciatingly difficult.
Why was it so difficult?
It affects people's lives. I am aware that this decision affects the individuals on administrative leave, it affects their families, it affects their colleagues. Anytime you're doing something that affects people, there are ramifications which require considerable thought, very methodical, constantly thinking, what am I missing? How did I get there? But ultimately, this is the right answer for the community, for the department, and for all the individuals involved.
You said it affects people. How do we explain to people why this affects people when we don't know what these allegations are?
Well, I can tell you that anytime a police officer goes on administrative leave, it is a devastating experience. It hurts. And so it doesn't really matter the why. That is a very painful process, which is, again, why it's important to reiterate that this does not imply guilt. It doesn't imply a belief of guilt. It's just that the facts and circumstances warrant this at this time.
But the circumstances regarding training of any kind?
I can't discuss the allegations.
Without knowing, and I know you can't discuss the allegations, but the public then could think so many things, like,
Yes.
Can you reassure us it's not something that doesn't involve the safety of people, or that people were hurt over it, or that, like, there's some sort of crime that has happened that would affect the public?
Anything I say right now about this investigation has the opportunity to impede the investigation or affect their due process rights. In order to protect them, the investigation, the city liability, it is important that we not talk about these facts. And I understand that's frustrating. It's frustrating for me. I live in a transparent process continuously, so it's extremely difficult. But on advice of counsel, we have been told that we should not discuss any of the allegations.
Are there victims involved in any of the allegations?
Again, I can't discuss the allegations.
Do you think you'll be doing regular briefings
I
like
do.
this through the process? Or
Yes.
how will the city, assure or provide transparency during this process?
Yeah, I do. I think that we'll have another one probably by the end of the week, and we will do it as often as you deem it necessary. Certainly, we need to get through the day and stand up the executive team in RPD. We're going to do that. We're going to focus on RPD and make sure that they are all doing okay, because as you can imagine, it's upsetting for them as well. But yes, we will have press conferences at a frequency that works for you.
Well, and I also want to, sometimes we don't have any of that information to give you what you need at that time.
Correct.
But when we have more information that we can.
Or just on how the process is going?
Exactly.
The command staff, that kind of thing.
Exactly. I will continually be in the position of not being able to provide details of the investigation, partly because I cannot affect the due process rights of the individuals, the city liability, and the investigation, but also because I don't know. I am not involved in what is happening. It is a completely independent third-party investigation.
I'm sorry if you've already mentioned this. Have you said who is investigating? What department, what agency?
Department of Public Safety.
Okay.
Excuse me, Department of Public Safety for the state of Nevada.
And is the Attorney General involved at all?
I can't discuss any other aspects of the investigation.
What happens next is now you're gonna, later today, you'll meet with the sheriff's office and pick acting.
Correct, and we'll meet with the command staff, the members of the sergeants, lieutenants, captains, everyone who is necessary. We'll meet with RPPA president and RPSAE president in order to make sure that we are communicating the message that RPD is still a Reno Police Department. Policies and procedures will continue. People will continue with the normal course. Need to make sure that they're getting what they need in order to continue to be the stand-up police officers that they are.
Will the acting chief come from RPD, or could it come from Washington?
He will come from, I've said he will come from Washoe County Sheriff's Office, correct.
Can you explain the acronyms you just used so we don't get them wrong?
What did I say?
RPPA?
RPD, Reno Police Protective Association is the association union for the line level staff. RPSAE is the Reno Police Sergeants Executive Association. It's the upper management staff, so sergeants to assistant chiefs of police.
And just
To
because this
captains.
is unprecedented, these sheriff's office, this leadership team will work out of Reno Police Headquarters?
Correct.
Okay.
Will they be paid by Reno
We have executed an interlocal agreement where I will be reimbursing the sheriff for the cost.
What does an interim police chief make?
I don't know right now. It will be the actual cost of the current employee at Washoe County Sheriff. So whatever those are, that's what we're going to pay.
Why is the acting director coming from Washoe County Sheriff's Office instead of RPD?
It is the most appropriate decision at this time, given the allegations that we have.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much, Jackie. I know this news is difficult, but I would tell you this. Our city manager, Jackie Bryant, and myself believe that the community always comes first. And that comes with transparency and trust, and we will do everything we possibly can to continue to gain that trust. So we want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. It means a lot than when we can share important information when we need to. And so we're very grateful.
Mayor, have you met with anyone at RPD to kind of say, hey, we've got you, we support you? Have you had those conversations?
No, I am very much at arm's length. I go through our attorney's department, and I don't have, this is your city manager. She runs the daily operations. I don't do that. I preside over the council. So my role is very different than our city attorneys or our city manager. So, no.
Please coordinate with Rebecca about the next time we see you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Do not hesitate to reach out to Rebecca.
Have a good day.
You guys, we'll just send out.